Hello, and welcome to Learning English with Movies. Today we will talk about the movie The Big Lebowski. Joel and Ethan Coen wrote, produced, and directed this 1998 crime comedy starring Jeff Bridges, John Goodman, Steve Buscemi, and John Turturro. The Coen brothers, who made their directorial debut in 1984 with Blood Simple, found their success in 1987 with the sleeper hit Raising Arizona and received critical acclaim with 1996 Fargo. A sleeper hit is a term used in the entertainment industry for a film that plays successfully for a long period and becomes a big success, despite having relatively little promotion or lacking successful opening. However, one of their most memorable projects is without a doubt 1998's The Big Lebowski, which has earned a cult status among movie fans. The Big Lebowski has developed such an unprecedented cult following that there have been several Lebowski-themed events all over the world, including the Lebowski Fest, where fans socialize, dress up as their favorite character, drink White Russians, and bowl. A cult movie or cult film is known for their dedicated, passionate fan base, which forms an elaborate subculture, members of which engage in repeated viewings, dialogue quoting, and audience participation. Dudeism is a religion devoted largely to spreading the philosophy and lifestyle of the Dude. Also known as the Church of Latter-day Dude, the organization has ordained over 220,000 Dudeist priests all over the world. To ordain means to make someone a priest or minister. The film was inspired by Joel and Ethan Coen's love of old-fashioned detective stories, in particular the ones popularized by Pulp Fiction writer Raymond Chandler. Pulp Fiction refers to a genre of racy, action-based stories published in cheaply printed magazines in the 1930s, 40s, and 50s. However, Jeff Lebowski was inspired by a Hollywood producer who shared many of the traits portrayed by Jeff Bridges in the film, including drinking White Russians and being called a dude. The rest of the characters in the film were also inspired by real-life people. In fact, Walter, the dude's best friend, played by John Goodman, was based on several people, including writer-director John Milius. Milius is a successful writer-director best known for directing Conan the Barbarian and writing Apocalypse Now. The plot of the movie centers on Los Angeles slacker Jeff Lebowski, better known as the Dude. A dude means an elegant man or city folk, however it is most commonly used now to mean man or guy. In the film he is described as the laziest man in Los Angeles, and his only interests revolve bowling, drinking White Russians, and laying down on his favorite Persian rug that ties the room together. When two goons break into his home demanding Jeff to pay a debt, they beat him up and urinate on his favorite rug. A goon is a violent, aggressive person who is hired to intimidate or harm people. When they realize that the dude was the wrong Lebowski they were after, they leave. The dude goes to meet the other Jeff Lebowski, a successful millionaire demanding compensation for his ordeal. An ordeal is a painful or horrific experience. On his way out, he meets Lebowski's John trophy wife, Bunny, the person responsible for the debt the goons were after. A trophy wife is a young, attractive wife regarded as a status symbol for an older man. When the rich Lebowski learns that Bunny had been kidnapped, he hires the dude to find her and pay the ransom money. A ransom is a sum of money or other payment demanded or paid for the release of a prisoner. While bowling, the dude speculates to his friends Walter and Donnie that Bunny staged the kidnapping to pay off their debts. To stage means to produce or cause to happen for public view or public effect. In fact, Walter is so convinced of this that instead of paying the ransom, he throws a bag full of underwear to the kidnappers. To make matters worse, the dude's car is stolen, along with the ransom money inside. While trying to make sense of it all, he also meets Maud, Lebowski's daughter, an avant-garde artist convinced that his father used the kidnapping as a way of stealing money from the family's foundation. After a series of misadventures, including a confrontation with the porn king and 3 German nihilists, the dude's best friend Donnie suffers from a heart attack and dies. After unsuccessfully scattering Donnie's ashes on the beach, the dude and Walter go bowling. To scatter means to throw in various random directions. Although the movie follows a traditional film noir structure seen in many detective stories, it is the characters that give the film a whole new dimension. A small yet memorable character in the film, Jesus Quintana, was the subject of his own movie, 2019's The Jesus Rolls, written, directed, and starring John Turturro. Although the film was a modest success and received mixed reviews from critics, it couldn't capture the magic of the original Big Lebowski. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.